Hi, Capt Al Lorenzetti here for SkimmerOutdoors.com, Trophy Fishing Tackle, Bergen Bay Docks, and Patty Ann Charters, bringing the weekend update and fishing forecast. This for the weekend of, it will be Labor Day weekend, first weekend in September, and it looks like the weather's going to be pretty decent. It looks a-okay. It looks like a decent weekend coming up, so some pretty good fishing around. Finally got a good offshore report. A friend of mine got out there to Hudson Canyon, and my buddy Jimmy, and they had a nice time. They had yellowfin, they had big eye tuna, they had mahi, they had white marlin, they had pretty much a pick of everything, and they stopped and they caught a bunch of tilefish too, so they had a nice trip. It was an overnighter, and so it looks like things are coming alive in the Hudson. There's still that bite of nice size, bigger yellowfin, 60, 70 pounds around the Bacardi, and in that area, Bacardi Wreck area, Texas Tower, and again, all along down that 30-fathom line curve. So when the weather settles down, offshore fishing should be ready to go. And like, in past years, September, October, that's when the bite is on. These fish start really feeding heavy, so good time to get out there offshore. On the inshore scene, the big news this past week, the guy fishing from the shore around Fire Island Inlet hooked up a monster fluke, 16 pounds, 7 ounces. Caught it on a bucktail just as a bite, trying to catch whatever. Wasn't really targeting fluke, and that's the story I got from my partner Tim, who interviewed him. And he waded in at salt waters, tackle, and quite a fish. The biggest one I've heard from around here in quite a long time. A friend of mine had one 12 pounds plus. I had them 10 and a half, so there's some big fish around, and the season now is open until October 4th, which is really great. You get some really big fish as they start to feed and get ready to make a move. They bunch up near the inlet, so I'm looking for a really good September into early October for fluke fishing. Other news, the dock's now loaded with kids and cane poles and whatever else. The snappers are in full gear, chomping down on a peanut bunker and spearing, so that's a lot of fun. Crabbing has been only mediocre this year, not really a great year for that, but the snappers are in. First reports now of weak fish caught, so that's going to be happening this coming month. Weak fishing should be excellent. I'm going to be targeting them as well as fluke through the season, and we're going to see a start of striped bass pretty soon, although like I've had some bass here over the last 3 or 4 weeks. I had a 32-pound fish a couple of weeks ago, so there are bass around already. What else is going on? Well, the Bergen Bay Docks tournament is in full swing, the offshore tournament. It runs till September 3rd. Any 3 days you can fish out of the 10, so waiting to see what happens there. There's been some nice fish caught, and we'll see. My buddy Jimmy, I'm sure he weighed in some fish for that tournament as well, so we'll see how that goes. Just on another note, I've been with Mercury Marine, their pro team, for almost 40 years now, and I can attest to the quality of their products. I've been running them, and they've never failed me. So they just came out. They're really innovative. What a company. They keep producing new stuff. They got a V12 engine. Now they have a V10, a Verados, 300 and 400 horsepower, naturally aspirated. They have all kinds of things, but the latest one is this line of electric motors they have, Avator, and they had a little 7.5, but now they came out with a 20 horse and a 35 horsepower version. So, you talk about stealth, real quiet, ease of use, especially on some of the smaller lakes where they don't want gas engines. Now you can run a little bit bigger boat. And so, innovative product, and I'm sure they're going to do very well with it. So, let's see, what else to mention? I guess that's about it for this week. Looks like a great holiday weekend coming up, end of the summer, but Labor Day weekend is always fun. A lot of parties, a lot of barbecues. So get out there, enjoy the fishing, enjoy your families, have some nice parties, and catch them up and be safe.